Welcome back to yet another MoisTea gaming video. This is the beginning of Phase 2 with the Central Powers campaign. If you had watched the previous episode, you will know what's going on. I will add that I enjoyed doing that video. That was a damn good one. So we left it in February 1960 where we had completed and destroyed the Allies thoroughly. So what I'm going to do is carry it on, but in 1916, still on soldier difficulty. A few people are saying to stick it up a notch, but I will do that once I begin the Allies campaign, and I will do that after we have finished this one. Does that sound good? Let me know in the comments. We shall begin. Things in this playthrough have gone slightly different to the one we just played, haven't they? They're in May 1916 and there are millions of casualties. Here we go. So we have just taken command of the army in 1916, so we can do a little pretend here. Unable to defeat France, Germany now faces a war on two fronts. While the Russian front is dynamic, with both sides gaining ground, the Western front stagnates, causing massive casualties with little ground gained. Well, we'll be sure to change that now we're around if it's anything similar, but it will be more difficult with the technology coming around. The British fleet has blockaded Germany's ability to get new supply from the sea, and the country is suffering for it. The soldiers realise that their country depends on them ending this war swiftly. A push against the Allied lines is now needed to get things moving again. Excellent. New research points. We get 2 research points per turn. Excellent. That means we can smash it out. Let's have a look-see. Looking at that overall, it would seem that it's basically a full map reset from where we carried on. Planes, siege artillery, and other things are already part of the action, however, so this does increase the difficulty, especially seeing as America will be joining this turn. Overall, there will be more casualties in this campaign, seeing as more units are available to us and the enemy. I'm also going to be a little bit more risky in this campaign. Instead of surrounding Verdun and letting it crumble, I'm going to take it by force. Simply because it was, well, yeah, we did it last time because it was easier to just move around it, which paid off massively. But I do want to see some combat in Verdun itself, so we're going to have a big build up here to attack Verdun. Get that out the way, and that will shorten the line for us slightly as well. With 1 star already being removed from it at the campaign start, it's definitely worth a go. Just had a very nasty thought. Can you imagine if we did an encirclement all the way down here? That would be funny, because then all this would be gone. Strategic thinking though, taking Calais is still definitely going to have to be on the cards, but do we just go for Paris? That's the question. If we were, we would have to take these 2, these 3, and these 2, so we could get an effective, well, at least 2 battles in per turn with it. Or do we smash through Calais early after Verdun and then maybe cut them off down this direction and then push to Paris? That might be a good option. If you think we're going to have to push through here anyway, we might as well cut them off at some point and we could start tickling them from this direction. There's a few options here. Let me know what you reckon in the comments. As always, I will try and comment to all of them. I've done a very good job at keeping up with them so far. I'll have to do a rejig of the line and analyse it for about 10 minutes, but don't worry, I will skip all that. Unread events. Light rain. The enemy light artillery is effective at preventing our men from doing their job. It is quick to fire and versatile. Would you blow some of them up, please? Yes, I shall endeavour to do so. We get 600 supply from that as well. Looking at this, very similar to where we left off, we could purchase air wings, artilleries, and national supply, but hopefully we won't need that. This is the research tree. It's more advanced from where we left it, but very similar regardless. Intelligence, which is something we didn't play with in the last one. This will reveal structures and supply levels. Nah. That might be useful if we want to take out a supply zone, for example, but don't think I'm too bothered. If I'm going to take a hex, I'm going to take it anyway. Reveals the number and type of all military units in an enemy region adjacent to the targeted friendly region. Yeah, so it'll tell us a little bit more. We can't see their planes or siege artillery, so we might just have to wing it, because paying 400 quid for it is quite expensive. It depends what the money situation is. We're probably going to need the funds to sustain our attacks, to be fair. Logistics, very similar situation to what it was. It's nice having this, actually. This reduces the cost for any buildings we do. By a good amount, I should say. We were exactly the same on the previous mission. We've got better trench work. I do think we're going to need these improvements. I'm not going to lie, simply because the enemy are going to be a bit more ferocious. I'm looking forward to implementing these. Having these in the back line will destroy anybody that gets into the first line of defense. I'm quite looking forward to that. Many people have been wanting tanks. We will get through that this campaign. We need to unlock this limited exchange and also the bunkers, and then we can spend 5 research points on this. It will be done in this campaign. I want the chlorine gas. Tear gas didn't quite cut it for me. Need something a little bit more potent. Planes, I'm going to want my harassment plane back. If you saw in the last 2 episodes, I got good at using them. Finally found out the perfect button for it. Very nice to have. We also have the elite troops available to us with flamethrowers in them as well. That should be good. I'm presuming that these are just a better version of the raiders. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a gander. The rifle grenades is an interesting one. It increases the range of standard grenade. Just standard. Never mind. If it was raiders, that would be creamy. There are many things that I want, but to be able to afford them, I'm going to need cash. If you watch the entirety of my previous, well, a few episodes back, you will see that I did this very first. It paid off in droves, as I could just keep attacking, and attacking while the enemy were just suffering slowly. Priorities first. Let's get the cash in. That way we can afford the tanks, we can afford the extra supply, we can afford the planes, and really blow them up. First priority is 100% to shorten this line. That means to get Verdun by force and Ypres or Ypres or Wipers. There's so many ways to say it, I don't care anymore. It is what it is. Calling it Wipers is what the British apparently called it. And depending where you're from, you call it something different. So I'm just going to call it Wipers. Probably going to spend 15 minutes rejigging. I'll get back to you. Nearly done with the rejig now, but I've noticed siege artillery doesn't actually give you any combat supply. Rejig complete. I'll just show you what I've done. Over here, I've made it as thin as I dare to at the moment, with these two having some infantry with the conscripts, and these ones just having 3 infantry. Over here, we have some good, large, juicy stacks of infantry. 4 air wings, 3 elites, and quite a few normal infantry. The same in Metz. We will be attacking Verdun from these 2 locations. Here we have a good amount of troops here in case Verdun decide to attack. I've left us with plenty of troops there just in case, because they will have the region morale boost, which is quite scary. I found 3 weak points in our line. Vouchers are going to be attacked on 3 sides. Noyon and Lille. So I've bolstered these up with aircraft, siege artillery, and a sufficient number of troops. Rest of the line is enough. I should be able to hold. And here I've got some troops ready to see if about taking Ypres. What is a little scary is the enemy still have 12 corps here, which they could distribute. And another 16 in Calais. And then the Americans are going to turn up at some point. This is significantly going to be more difficult, seeing as we are going to be facing just such larger numbers of troops. I can imagine we will be doing more defensive battles. It will not be the same wipeout like we did last time. Now, a few of you are going to hate me for doing this, but I'm not going to attack Verdun or Ypres today. Well, this month. Simply because the army is simply not ready. I'm not wanting to attack when they're not ready. No, it's not going to work. And also, it might mean that I'll get more cash in to do some lovely things with. Let's end the turn. Ooh, enemy spy already. In Verdun, counterintelligence underway. Not too bothered, I'm going to go for it anyway. And they haven't attacked either. Interesting. Spies everywhere. Yeah, we know. 2 more events. Great Arab Revolt. Arab forces staged a military uprising in the Ottoman Empire. The goal was to free territory from the empire and create an independent Arab state. Great Britain backed the revolt and promised that they would recognise the new state once formed. The result was at least partially successful. Their army took Damascus and set up a new monarchy. After war, however, Britain and France divided the Ottoman Empire up between themselves with the Sykes-Picot Agreement, breaking their promise to the Arab forces. Well, what do you expect? This has, for some reason, given us some more troops. And another one, Deadly Nest. Destroy 8 machine guns and they'll give us 500 quid because machine guns are lethal. Tech, I could go for this wartime bonds, but I want the harassment. That was the whole point of getting the planes. I'm going to get that in now, so that my aircraft are as useful as I want them to be. The enemy have a significant number of troops along this section of border. This is definitely more difficult than the first section. We need to carefully rearrange our line to somehow counter these sheer numbers. They're definitely looking like they're going to go for Rethel. I need to get some support there. There's got 2 death stacks of 10 there. Pyrenees is also looking a bit precarious. Rethel is must be one of their main targets. I managed to scrounge together for 7 cores. Problem is that they could potentially take that in 1 turn, and I can't be having that. Seeing as I'm going to be attacking from these 2 locations, I'm going to get a field hospital for 600 quid. Over the course of 2 turns, I reckon it'll pay for itself. And it should reduce any national will significantly. We do have money to spend, but I don't want to blow it all. Let's get stuck in and attack Verdun, shall we? We have 10 infantries available, 3 of them are elite, siege artillery and 4 air wings versus 5 corps in Verdun. Let's have a look. This game reckons it'll be a stalemate, we'll see. We've never attacked here before. Verdun means strong fort. In the language of the original Gaulish settlers, Verdun has been known as a fortified bastion of defence since the 17th century. Why are we attacking it then? Deployment complete. First of all, I have decided to change things up slightly with some new experimental techniques. This is just a blob taking advantage of the forward position I can employ. 4 heavies, 2 light, and a balloon. I felt this was a little bit thin if they came straight from up here, so I stuck an MG down here. I'm going to try out this as the basic defense for a point. 4 in this up forward position, which should murder many people as they approach. If they get suppressed, then we've got at least 2 which should be able to murder them on their approach. And these are connected to wiggle around. I may extend that further on at some point to connect to these other 2 as well. Same thing down here. Similar at the command trench. But look what I've done. I have found a proper use for the comms trench that I think will work for me. If the enemy attack at Z, for example, and I need to reinforce it, I can move these troops over, but that takes time. So only from the forward trench, the first line, which I expect to fall often if they go at it, can run across all the way over and retake this trench if needed. If they go for Y, I can feed units in from the back, because this is a 2-section trench. This front line is separate to this rear one. And if all else fails, I can funnel everybody down here to try and take back the command trench. Let me know what you think. I do believe this is honestly the best way which you can use the comms trenches to connect your lines up in such a manner that your defense is not compromised by the enemy running down it. If, for example, the enemy take this and decide to have a gander down here, I could block them with any of these units. Or use a harassment plane and murder anybody running in it. I think it works good enough. I think that's the best compromise. Let's get the balloon up and have a gander. Don't know if they're going to attack. Oh, there's so many of them. Just calculated, they've got 10 units here and 10 here. And they'll have a couple floating about elsewhere. Look how forward that light artillery is. That could mean they plan on attacking, which is interesting. I'm going to get rid of their balloon first and just start bombarding them. Got a bit of a plan. I'm going to attack B first. Simply because to try to reinforce it, most of their units, well, the other half, or at least a third of their army is at A. They will probably run across. A harassment plane will do them the world of good. To be honest, even if they reinforce from this direction, because the trenches aren't all connected up yet, they're going to have to be over the top. If I could get units in here being able to fire back, as well as a harassment plane, we will murder them. Currently, as it stands, I've only got 10 units which I'm going to be attacking with. The rest are on defense, and 6 are in the artilleries. Leaving only 2 units to cover for this, so I'm going to probably move a couple of these units up to support this section. First barrage underway. Get rid of that balloon, and I'll probably send a couple of units my way just to get murdered. They can't fire gas from that light one style. That's quite nice. Balloon is dead. Here we go. Those men are going to get murdered. We're going to squirt a flame then. More bombardment. Oh, don't tell me I misclicked that. I've not really done anything, can I? More bombardment. Ooh, they've got a motor there. I need to get rid of that. The men are now moving. I'm going to get the last barrage ready. Artillery on its way. The men are approaching as well. There we go. They have heavy artillery coming down on us. Not to worry. Press all of these units here. The ones which are being bombarded by the heavies are going to be no more shortly. This should give us the ability to just run in. That is a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's get a harassment mission in now. Just because the troops will be coming. They are actually shooting me. I can suppress them a bit better now. suppress them more. I actually ordered 2 into this trench. They must have gotten stuck. Let's push this section. Let's try and take this as quickly as possible. Got some units in the back coming forward now as well. Let's keep going. We need this trench taken. Here come the enemy units. Hopefully we can get rid of them. There's not enough units in that back. But they're murdering them a bit. Where's my plane? Oh, it's shooting these ones which are also encroaching. Oh, flamethrowers, lovely. What we like to see. Gonna have to send some of these home. Oh no, they ran out the trench. Heavy artillery coming down. Need to maneuver some of these troops forwards. You need to go home. We can send both of these into that one. You also need to go home. Let's send these forward. They will attempt to take this section. Get rid of these, hopefully. And get these guys engaged. They will keep sending troops over now, I think. What are you? You're heavies. I'm going to call the elites heavies just because it seems more fitting. And that's that done. Excellent. We've got the flame boys at the front. I don't know if they're going to shoot them in time. No, I'm going to have to swap them around. Not the best inside the trench, apparently. Right, this trench is taken. Reinforcements are now on the way. They're still using heavy artillery. I'd like to eliminate that. Not sure where it is. It might be around here. Let's see if the bombers take care of it. Let's send them over. Enemy don't seem to be wanting to take this trench back too readily. Suits me. Apart from now, when they're now sending heavy artillery to the area. There is the artillery. We've got lots of units building up in this command trench. I just saw them then. They are bombing the artillery. That is very nice. Because they keep attacking us. Not great. Get them a bit more organised. They're getting giddy again. Off we go again. Got these artilleries going. The men might get blown up a bit. We've got another bombing run on the way to try and take care of that. There are troops in here. Hopefully the men get organised. Let's start suppressing. Oh, there are lots. Oh, there are so many. You need to go home quickly. Hopefully this does the job. We'll keep going. So far, so good. Slight readjustment, and we are now getting in the trench. We are winning. Need more suppression now. We've got in pretty good. That was nice. Need to bombard them some though. That is for sure. Get some heavies in. Lots of artillery now on the way. You need to get in the trench, you lemons. Oh, they're all coming now. Hopefully they get murdered. Oh, they went straight in. That's a shame. You need to run around this way. Hopefully these can shoot them to a degree. Yeah, they are. That's nice. Need to take care of those. That is murdering us rapid. These are the mortars that I didn't want to face. We just need to get troops over there immediately. Don't appear to be trying to send more. Got some reinforcements on the way. We are now taking care of these. Come on, chaps, blow them up. today would be nice before you all get murdered. Oh, reinforcements. Quick. Don't have that much actually here. Hopefully the planes get here in time. The men are coming, but it might be a little late. We're shooting them a little bit. Let's get a suppression down. Their artillery's shooting, damn it. Need to get rid of that. That's done the job. Nice. They're now getting shot to death. Harassment plane is working these sets of trenches. Used quite a lot of supply so far. Look at them go. Shooting them. Excellent. Quite nice hearing them doing their job. Murdering everybody. So many troops there. Oh, that's asking for bombardment, is that? These double stacked like this means we get twice our money for the artillery shells that we're using. We'll keep hammering them while we think about attacking this section. The troops are nearly ready. Sort of. Not sure where they're going. Oh, they're going over there, I see. Off we go again. All of them are now going. Blowing them up some before we approach. See what they actually have here. That's going to be quite interesting. They're probably going to be able to shoot me from this direction. Their artillery is going to get blown up as we approach. How can they still be shooting me from here? They must have artillery over in this direction. The grenadiers are doing the job, just running across, blowing everybody up as they go. There are more units approaching. Here we go, this gets messy now. Gonna get messy. We need artillery shooting these now. And these. Quickly, please. That's it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Ah, yeah, this is going alright. You need to get in that trench though. You need to get in that one. Keep telling these to keep murdering them, and they will keep doing. Oh shit. Being attacked by that southern section. We've taken the command trench. We're going to keep coming. We need to suppress this. Harassment plane is now over as well. Good stuff. They are going to keep sending units over. Need to make sure these stay suppressed. They really are sending units over now. No, keep them in there actually. Let's get some of these troops over here. They're really coming. I need to get some reinforcements sent over. They are on the way. If I can get these troops here, they will shoot some of these while they're at it. You really just need to go home at this point. That's it. Shoot them, lads. Shoot them. I need to bombard this. These need to go home. They're not going to be able to keep hold of that. You need to go home. Bombard anything that decides to come down here. No, no. Stupid thing. Decided to do it wrong. Need to make sure we keep this part of the trench quite clear. We're doing alright. This is still good. What these bombers are doing down here. I hope we click the right button. That's it, lads. Come on. Yeah, they keep sending loads of units over now. They're just getting slaughtered. Once we have these here as well, that will be even better. We'll just send them home to be fair, they're a bit knackered. Let's get these moving forwards. Let's take care of these still. These are a big threat. Soften these up. There's a lot of units here. There's all nicely double stacked for the artillery to blow them up. Come on, chaps. Put up a fight for this section, aren't they? Just throwing loads of men at it. We're all going to get murdered. We are starting to get somewhere. Not too concerned at this point. Let's send them over there and these up here. I could get a grenade to do in there, perhaps. It might be okay. God, they just keep coming, don't they? Stop them over quickly. You can just go home at this point. If we can keep these free, they'll keep shooting the enemy as they approach. Seems to be working so far. You can wiggle around, that would be good. These are going to start launching grenades at the enemy. Hopefully that will be enough to keep them away. Going to get more artillery on this section. And the nice juicy bits that are still quite healthy. Excellent. So many men are going to get murdered by it. Keep sending men. They're not stopping. Got the grenades being launched. Oh, look at this! Look at that! How can they still reinforce from this section? They're still coming. This is ridiculous. We can't have many left now. Doesn't matter at this point. We're just going to run in there shortly. Our supply is low. We're going to just keep murdering these. Let them do that. While we take A with some extra troops which are on the way. This is going to cost them so much money. It really is. Maybe that's the only reason why they're doing it. The pile of dead bodies is forever growing. Off we go again. We've stopped sending troops for now. I'm going to throw a couple of them in there. Oh, I didn't think maybe it's a thing. Get them murdered. These are slowly going to get blown to bits. Look at this. They're all going to be dead now. Not much left of them. Oh, these are getting slapped. These grenadiers don't like being blown up too much, apparently. Just shuffle the units through. Need these to be suppressed, to be fair. That mortar is not doing me any favours. Just going to keep going now. My machine gun is also exposed. We've got extra troops down here which we can use as well. Might as well send them in just in case. We are capturing their main trench now as well, which is good. Keep suppressing them, keep them busy. Need that mortar gone. That's what's causing me all the damage right now. Just jumping in. Excellent. We've used a lot of supply here. But I think it's most definitely worth it with the way they were just throwing man from this direction. I don't think there were anywhere for them to go at this point down here. Oh, come on, chaps. Let's blow it up, man. There we go. Oh, the mortars are not nice. I don't like them. It forces you to run in quicker. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the slightly updated tactics. Flamethrower squads are very nice, very expensive, but very nice. The Grenadiers do a good job. You can run them across. They don't need to stop to fire. You can just run them across the trenches and they throw grenades in all of them and murder everybody. Clearing the way for the elites. Or normal soldiers, which then help with defense, I believe, a lot better than the Grenadiers and Flamethrower squads. And there we go. First battle, and we have shoved them back significantly. Oh, what's this going to be? Ooh, that is not nice. Well, I think we're off to a good start. The enemy lost 20,000 men. We lost maybe 4 stormtrooper infantry. Excellent. Yeah, we lost 4,000. Wow. We gained quite a bit of supply there as well. Some cash. That cost them 3... Well, it would have cost them, if they didn't have a medical tent, around 3,800. That is massive. First battle, and we've already hammered them down by 22. We've used some supply and some cash. Cash we've got plenty of, however. Verdun has a star removed from it. We will attack again from Metz. And then, even if the enemy reinforce the region on the next turn, we will still go for it again, as we will only need 1 great victory. We will have 2 chances to do it. The British are bringing in even more units. I reckon the enemy are going to attack. Make your predictions on where they will. Thank you for tuning in. This follow-through campaign is certainly going to be a good one. Make sure to stay tuned. Might be a good idea, if you've not already, to press the notifications bell, and then you won't miss anything. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I appreciate all of your likes, comments, and support. It really makes it worthwhile. Thank you. See you later. Cheers.